A big story tonight, businesses bracing for a major change tomorrow. Many in Mecklenburg County will have to close their dining rooms at 11 p.m. Mecklenburg County passed that ordinance today for businesses that serve alcohol. It also bans eating and drinking at the bar area. We have team coverage tonight. Our Aaron Edwards focusing on which businesses and what communities are excluded from this order. But we begin with our Joe Bruno, who first reported that this was coming last week.
Last calls in less than 24 hours, and it's not just night owls who are going to have to adjust to this. It's also business owners who once again have to make changes.
It's a big hit, honestly, for anybody that serves alcohol.
Paul Manley says adjusting to the new COVID-19 restrictions will be difficult. Times aren't exactly easy in the restaurant business right now, and they are about to get tougher.
Less sales means less work, less jobs, less revenue for the business, all those things.
The county manager officially announced what we broke yesterday. It can be summarized like this. If you have a restaurant that serves alcohol, you have to close your indoor and outdoor seating areas at 11 p.m. Only takeout and delivery from that point on. Breweries, wineries, and other places like that will also have to shut off the taps at 11. If a restaurant does not serve alcohol, like a Waffle House, they can stay open for on-site consumption after 11. All of these places can no longer allow people to sit or stand near the bar area at any time. The rules are largely thanks to scenes like this. Restaurants in name only that turn into clubs at night with barely any masks and little to no social distancing.
We're being punished because there's some bad eggs out there that aren't paying attention to the rules, that aren't following the procedures, that aren't following the protocol, and we're all paying the price for that.
Will CMPD actually enforce this order? That was my question today. Deputy Chief said the agency is still going to educate and warn on the first offense, but overall, this order will be easier to crack down on with a misdemeanor as the penalty.
It's aimed specifically at businesses who serve alcohol. And so since we already have a unit in place and multiple agencies that enforce this, we believe this will be one that we can enforce the spirit of it with compliance.
Manley will be following the new rules. He hopes others will too.
The tough part about everything is there's no enforcement. And so if we could just enforce the few establishments that have decided to discard the rules, this would all be avoidable.
Yeah, Joe, officials targeting this to people ages 20 to 39. This month, they accounted for 44% of COVID cases.
And that's what this order really is all about. It's focusing on younger people because they're the ones who are most likely to pack into these places late at night. And hey, younger people may not be dying at a troubling rate because of this virus, but they can certainly spread it to people who are. So the order will take effect tomorrow and last until at least August 7th. Erica.
Thank you, Joe. So what about those towns that did not sign on to these new restrictions? We wanted to know how they arrived at their decisions. Tonight, I spoke with Cornelius Mayor Pro Tem Dennis Bilodeau.
When we did hear about the proposed additional restrictions, the mayor and the board sought input from the police chief and town manager. And what we heard was that we had compliance in our town, and that for the half dozen or so restaurants that would be impacted.
I looked at the numbers on the state health website, and it showed in Cornelius 299 cases of COVID-19, 16 deaths. Did you all look at those numbers or have any conversation around that, or did that draw any concerns?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We keep a close eye on the impact of COVID in our town. And when you look at those numbers, if you dig into that, you'll see that quite a number of those, particularly, unfortunately, the deaths were with one facility, senior housing facility. Mm-hmm. And that, you know, the numbers are relatively stable when you get past that particular issue.
I also talked with Huntersville Commissioner Stacy Phillips tonight, who told me her initial reaction was actually to support the new restrictions. And then she thought more about all those business owners and workers that it would impact.
It's not about money. Money comes and goes, but for these residents, money is a tool that helps them to survive. And losing 3 to 4 hours a day in your paycheck could mean the difference in keeping your home and ending up in eviction court, the difference in having a meal for your family or having to go to one of our overly exhausted food pantries. I came from it from that perspective because I cannot punish workers in these establishments for a few businesses in Charlotte, frankly, who have caused a problem.
Now we want to bring in our Erin Edwards live tonight. Erin, we just heard the commissioner say that she is concerned about local businesses and workers. You spoke to some who say they can't take another hit.
Yes, Erica, business owners we spoke to in Cornelius and here in Huntersville say if they had to cut off alcohol sales at 11, they're worried they would have to close their doors for good.
It's definitely been tough.
Like many other businesses, COVID closures were difficult for Saeed Safari.
We've been closed for 3.5 months since March 17, and we just reopened basically 3 weeks ago.
His large indoor and outdoor bar and restaurant has been operating at 50% capacity for the last few weeks. When he heard more restrictions might be on the way, he was concerned. He says a good amount of his customers also work in the service industry, and because of that, many come in later.
There's a people that they get off at 5 o'clock, there's a people that get off at 11 or 12 o'clock. I think it's only fair for some people to go maybe from 11 o'clock till maybe 12 and just have a couple of casual drinks. It would affect us pretty much.
But Huntersville and Cornelius ultimately decided not to go along with Mecklenburg County's late-night alcohol ban. Leaders say they do not feel their areas have an issue with overcrowding restaurants like what's being seen in Charlotte.
Being just a small business in Cornelius, we have felt it. And I'm glad that Cornelius has decided and have helped us to stay open. We appreciate the mayor and the Cornelius business, and I'm here to support them basically, and I'm going to go with all the rules and regulations.
And Erin, are businesses in Huntersville and Cornelius anticipating larger crowds coming in earlier because of this late night ban in Mecklenburg County?
Yes, Erica, some businesses we spoke to say they are expecting more crowds, especially later since the surrounding areas will be closed, but they're not anticipating crowds like what we've been seeing in Charlotte.
All right, Erin, thank you.